Hello, everyone. Good morning. Here we are starting our practice today, Thursday morning. Such a beautiful day, sunny day here in Blackwood. I hope that this light doesn't distract you too much, but I could not close the window because it's just such a beautiful light coming in. Let's start it having a small little chat for you to have that time to get organized for your practice. Organizing your space, letting people know that you're starting your yoga practice, all that elements to make sure that you have a very nice journey through yoga today in the morning. I'm going to talk with you a little bit of the practice today because I think I got inspired with this beautiful day. I feel like to teach you Surya Namaskar today. Normally, I teach Surya and Chandra Namaskar on a Tuesday class in what I do call a more strong yoga. In that Tuesday, I do use the Namaskars in a more physical way. Today, we're going to use it in a more dynamic way. We're not going to have too much holding in the position. It's more about the fluidity, more about to raise the internal energy. And Surya Namaskar is such a complete practice. You kind of have a lot of movements. You work with a lot of complex movements throughout just this vinyasana. And I feel that is going to be very beneficial for you to learn if you don't know about Surya Namaskar. And in how we're going to learn today is going to be very simple, based pretty much in Hatha Yoga, which is a very traditional way to see Surya Namaskar. Then it's not too much. It's very easy to follow, but we're going to go and we're going to learn slowly. Different from Tuesday, I'm hoping that this practice is not too strong and anybody can follow. Remember that in any practice, as I like to remind you, always do the practice inside of your own limit, on your own pace, even that maybe we are holding a particular posture and you feel that is a too long way for you to hold the position. Remember that you can always go out of the position, follow what is right for you. That's the most important. There is nobody else that knows more about your body than you. And you are the person that knows how much you can push inside of a work, inside of exercise. You're the one that knows. And make sure that you take it easy, that you respect your limits, and always work very safe throughout your whole practice. That is very important. Remember that in yoga, what we are really working with is with the mind. The body is an instrument for us to work with the mind, with the sense of presence, with the sense of awareness, with this sense where you do have a space to understand more about you. And that's what actually is the aim of the practice of yoga, to connect not only with the physical body. Then it's not really only a physical activity where we are working with strength and with flexibility. That is just one element of the yoga practice, actually a very superficial element to work with the physical. You have much, much deeper layers that you are looking to reach. And that comes with the work with the mind. Then remind of that. Now that the physical, the asanas, the movements, they are all an instrument. They are not the aim of the practice. Be very careful. Always working within your awareness. Today, also, I decided to change a little bit. If you are used to this practice, if you're following this practice with me, if that is the practice that you like following, today you're gonna feel a few difference in our format and how I'm gonna organize the practice today. I'm just decide to change it a little bit. Now, the other component that we're going to be changing, because we are working with Surya Namaskar, and in a more traditional way, when we work with Surya Namaskar, we do work with a particular breathing. And this breathing is called Ujjayi. Then we're gonna learn a little bit. If you never have done Ujjayi before, if you never done Ujjayi with me before, or in any other practice, today I'm gonna introduce Ujjayi in the beginning of our practice. We're gonna practice a little bit. And if you feel comfortable with this practice, I will invite you to introduce Ujjayi in the Surya. Namaste, welcome. I just saw that someone came in. Namaste, namaste. I cannot read. I will let you know that from where I am, I cannot read who is there, but welcome. Welcome to the practice. I'm just saying that today we're going to practice in our pranayama section with Ujjayi, which is a little bit more elaborated breathing. And I will invite you to apply Ujjayi in the beginning of the practice when we are working with Surya Namaskar. Today we're going to be working with Surya Namaskar. If you don't feel comfortable, if this breathing actually you distract you more than help you to be in awareness throughout your practice, don't worry too much about the breathing. You don't need to put this particular breathing into the Surya. You can breathe naturally. If you feel comfortable, I'm going to show to you how to do Ujjayi today. If you have never practiced, that is how we're going to start it. Our practice, practicing a little bit of Ujjayi. If you feel comfortable, like, I can do this without distracting you, then introduce Ujjayi. Surya Namaskar is an element that gives a depth to this practice of Vinyasana, is a very beneficial in many layers, very beneficial for the immune, very beneficial for the respiratory system, very beneficial for cardiovascular system. Then there is a lot of physical benefits. And in terms of the mind, Ujjayi have this component that is very grounding. It's a very grounding breathing, brings you immediately to the present moment, because you are producing a sound with the breathing. And because of that, it's easier to keep the mind in focus rather than the mind to be wandering. Then that is another element of Ujjayi that is extremely positive for your practice. Then let's see if we do have time. We still have a few minutes before we start our practice. I am thinking that you are using this time to organize yourself, this time that we are having this chat. Now, take your time. Remember that even this moment before our practice is also your practice. That this building your space, this organizing your space, putting your mat, I don't know, organizing your computer in a way that you are seeing your computer. You don't need to remember it's like a class, but you need to be adapting yourself to this new possibility of learning. Then see what works for you. Make sure that your computer is in an area that you're watching, that you don't need to move your computer throughout your practice. Make sure that the volume of your computer is okay. My voice, I try to keep my voice in the same tone, but my voice will probably come to a higher tone throughout the practice of the movement. But in the end, the tone of my voice will come down when we enter in relaxation, more or less to this tone that I am talking now. Then make sure that the volume of your computer also is okay for that not to be too aggressive for you. For me, I can share with you my own experience. When I am doing a practice using the computer, when I need to listen something, I need the volume in a particular range, otherwise actually irritates me. It's too aggressive for me if it's too loud, and I really need to bring to that volume where I actually can follow what have been said. And now we are starting already. Welcome, welcome. Namaste. So good to have you here this morning with me doing this practice of yoga. I like to express my gratitude to you that is here live with me. Is always very nourishing to know that we are sharing yoga. I love sharing yoga. That's my great passion, to share, to teach. And now that I am forced to be teaching in this environment, I actually very happy when I see that there is a student there, and I'm like, oh yes. Then I feel that I am in a class. I feel that we are sharing in life, in real time. For me, gives me is a different feeling. It's a different feedback. I like the idea. I think that's why I do all these videos live. That is a practical component, makes so much easy because you don't need to upload and all that sort of stuff. So you just record it and that is it. And he's about to deliver the class now. I am just now, if I don't really see the videos anymore, just because I'm very judgmental of my own work. And then when I watch the videos later, and then like, oh my God, I spoke this word wrong, and like, and then now the important is to be delivering the activity, not gonna go to the details of everything. The important that you are following your practice. Well, let's start. Now is already our time. We're going to start with pranayama as normally we do throughout our practice. I like to start with breathing. Breathing also brings the mind immediately to the present moment, sets the tone for the mind for the rest of your practice. And today we're going to be breathing Ujjayi. If you've never done this breathing before, I'm going to show you how to do it. But before we start the breathing, you need to find a position. It needs to be a sitting position. You cannot be laying down on the floor. You need to be sitting because that is going to be easier for you to execute, to do Ujjayi. And you need to be really aware of the alignment of your spine. What is alignment? Alignment is when you are respecting the natural curves of the spine and holding the spine in that natural state. That is what is alignment in this position, in the sitting position, which means you're not crunching down, closing your chest. Here you can immediately see that the area of your lungs are constrict, and we don't want that. We want all the space to work with breathing. Then it's very important for you to pay attention into that, in the alignment of the trunk now. You can be sitting on the floor or you can be sitting on a chair. That's perfectly fine. But if you're sitting on a chair, do not use the back of the chair. When you use the back of the chair, your pelvis rotates to the front. And again, as I was saying, you will lose the alignment of the spine. Then make sure that your spine is in alignment, that your shoulders are relaxed, that the part of your body that you're not working, the muscles that you're not working, they are in a relaxation. Like, for example, your shoulders should be released, your jaw, the muscles of your face. Now you don't need to make any expressions. Then the muscles of the face, they are relaxed, in a relaxed position. You're going to be breathing through your nose, but I'm going to show you what happened with Ujjayi. Ujjayi is a contract of the glot, this area here of the throat. And what you do is the same when you fog a window, like That this contraction, that is what you're doing, but you're doing with your mouth closed, and the breathing is happening through your nose, which means you start to create a sound. Let's do it together. I know that you can hear because I have done this practice before, and I check you can hear, because I was like, can you hear the sound? And I know that you can hear. Then let's do it together through your nose. Please continue doing your practice. I'm just going to give you a few guidelines. What we are looking in Ujjayi is a long length. You are creating a resistance. This resistance is what is producing the sound that you're hearing. What we're looking is this expansion of the inhalation and the exhalation. It will happen because there is a resistance. Then the length is going to be longer. We are looking then for this longer range of inhalation and exhalation, and we are looking for a resistance that is stable, which means it's not a resistance that creates tension and lose, tension and lose. Not, is a resistance that creates this sound that is constant. It's like you are producing one note and you are holding that note. That's what we're looking for. We're going to just practice together for a few moments. And you start at the same time that you're paying attention to this smooth resistance, to this constant production of sound. You start to release, observing if you are with your muscles in a relaxation. What happens is when you enter in this state of awareness in another point, for example, now you're paying attention in your breathing, losing the awareness on the body may bring the body again to that state of tension, shoulders in contraction, chest in contraction. Then come back to that state of relaxation inside of your alignment. And we're going to end now Ujjayi in your next exhalation. And you're going to leave Ujjayi on the side for a moment. Just allow yourself to start to breathe again naturally. Now, it's really interesting when you make this transition from Ujjayi to the natural breathing. You feel like, oh, yeah, the contraction, but it's exactly what we want to observe, the difference between when you do the contraction and you don't do the contraction. Then now we should be breathing naturally. And I will remind you again, today we're going to start it with Surya Namaskar. I'm going to teach you Surya Namaskar, not much in a demanding physically as I do normally on a Tuesday. Today is going to be a regular Surya Namaskar, more warming up. Is still a good work with the body, is a nice warm up, but you can do this practice, is a very good daily practice for you to do it. And that's why I am teaching you also today. Remember that you can add Ujjayi. I will remind you of that. You can add Ujjayi throughout the Surya part, throughout the Vinyasana part of our practice today. Or you can simply use the natural breathing, the breathing that you're doing now, without contraction, without resistance. Then observe what works better for you. We're gonna, I don't know which position you are right now. You probably are in a sitting position, in alignment, breathing naturally. And you're gonna start it working just with these circles in our wrist. We're gonna start to warm up the wrist. Surya Namaskar, and one of the asanas of Surya Namaskar is downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, there is a lot of weight that is placed in your wrist, and is always good then to do this practice when you're doing downward facing dog. Like when you're working a lot with that position, or even when you are working in this position in any other moment, it's good to warm up here this area, because your weight's going to be on your wrist, and the wrist is actually very sensitive. Any articulation in the body are areas that you need to really pay attention, make sure that you are working with them in a safe way. Let's change the direction. And you are still breathing naturally. Start to bring more and more your mind to here, to your practice. And remember that when we are doing yoga, the awareness is not only in the moments where I am doing a particular movement, but also in the transitions. And I am telling you this now because we're going to make a transition. We're going to end this movement here with the wrist. You're going to shake it off just a little bit. And now we're going to make a transition. You're going to change from this position that you are, and I am guessing that you are in a sitting position, and you're going to move from the sitting position to the standing position. Probably if you were using a chair, you're going to need to move the chair away. And I want to highlight how important it is for you to move also in awareness throughout this transition, and not allow the movement to become automatic. That is very easy because you know how to do it. You have already the software that makes you to come from a sitting position to a standing position. You don't need to think about how to do that. But what I'm asking for you is for you to really see, observe, how do you move from this position that you are to it to the standing position. If you have your socks on, if you have jumpers on, you can take them off, because this practice is it warms the body very quick. You're going to start it here on the beginning of the mat, because you're going to use the back of the mat to do the vinyasana. But you're going to just start it here, just warming up a little bit the upper body, crossing the arms in front of the body, and then letting them come down. Crossing the arms in front of the body, and then down. Nice circles here. Just before we enter in the Surya, let's work a little bit of the body and refine a little bit more our awareness. Let's introduce Ujjayi into the movement. Inhalation and exhalation. Inhalation up and exhalation down. The next exhalation, you're going to bend your knees, releasing your trunk, engaging now the spine into the movement. Release your head and come back in a circular motion. arms crossing in the front of the body. Bend your knees, exhalation down. Circular motion up. In the next exhalation, just the arms. And we're gonna change the direction, just the arms now. Inhalation up. And exhalation, crossing in front of the body. Breathing Ujjayi if it's comfortable for you. Knees are bended. When you come back up, curling the spine. Exhalation all the way down. Bend your knees. And inhalation, circular motion up. Next exhalation, just the arms. And then we release the arms, shake it off a little bit, kick it out, really releasing the muscles, feeling the articulations. And now you're ready. We're gonna start it with Surya Namaskar. Let's bring our feet together in front of the mat. Our hands come to Atmanjali Mudra, the hands together, this mudra that creates this energy that says, I am connected, I am one. My body is here, my mind is here, my will is here. The hands are away from the chest and the elbows are in direction to the sides. I'm looking in direction to the horizon, connecting with my feet, touching the floor. My knees are soft. My abdominals are engaged. And they are going to be working throughout the whole vinyasana, which means abdominals in contraction, making sure that all the movement brings safety for your spine, and at the same time you're working with the front of the body. Let's start it with a small little back bend. Inhalation. Exhalation, the abdominals are in contraction. I'm looking forward, controlling the movement all the way down. Bringing my head in direction to my knees. And then looking forward and stretching the tip of my fingers in direction to the floor. Now I'm going to take a big step in direction to the back with my right leg. Big step. Then the left. I am in a plank position here. I'm going to bring my knees to the floor. And then my chest, I'm going to place in between my hands. Looking forward, my pelvis is up. Release your feet, and now you come to Bhujangasana. Shoulders are released, elbows are bent. You can look up just slightly if it's comfortable for you. And from here, downward facing dog. Pelvis in direction to the heels, extending your legs. You don't need to. I like it to step is a small little step in direction to my hands because I feel more stability in my position. Here we're going to study a little bit the alignments in downward facing dog. Your abdominals are in contraction, your shoulders away from your ears, the heels in direction to the floor, and the top of the head between your arms in direction to the floor. And these alignments, you will pay attention all the time that when you're here in downward facing dog. Now you're going to look forward, big step with your right leg in direction to your hands, then the left. Stretching, looking forward, stretch your legs, release the head in direction to your knees. And here you have option. You can bend your knees and come back in a circular motion. I'm going to do first this variation. Circular motion all the way up. Back bend, slightly back bend, and hand coming in front of the chest. And you conclude the first cycle of Surya Namaskar. In the next cycle, I'm gonna show you a variation for this coming up from the floor. It's a more strong for your abdominals. However, if you have any problem in your lower back, you can always come back in this circular motion. Then again, always observe what you're ready to do at this moment. Let's go. Atmanjali Mudra, release your shoulders, back bend, inhalation. Exhalation, looking forward, controlling the motion with the abdominals all the way down, head in direction to your knee, legs in extension. Inhalation, look forward, tip of the fingers in direction to the floor. And now I'm going to step, big step with your left leg now behind you. Then the right. Abdominals in plank here, in contraction. Then the knee come to the floor. The chest come between your hands. The pelvis is up. Release your feet. Bringing the trunk arm up to Bhujangasana, shoulders away from your ears, the elbows are bended, all the weight are on your arms. And from here, pelvis in direction to your heels and downward facing dog. And we are breathing Ujjayi. Looking up, big step with your left leg, then the right. Inhalation, stretching, looking forward. Exhalation, release. Now you can come back on a circular motion, or you can do this variation. Your legs in extension, the abdominals in contraction, looking forward, using the abdominals to raise the trunk, back bend, and to the center. Now in the next cycles, you can use either variation, the one that resonates more with you and with the possibility of your body at this moment. Inhalation, back bend. Exhalation, looking forward, control the movement, head in direction to your knees. Inhalation, stretching, looking forward. Exhalation, right leg behind you, then the left knee, chest. Inhalation, Bhujangasana. Exhalation, downward facing dog. Looking up, big step with your right leg, then the left. Inhalation is stretching, looking forward. Exhalation, release. Inhalation, all the way up, using the variation that suits you. Back bend. Exhalation, center. Inhalation, back bend. Exhalation, look forward, all the way down, head in direction to the knee. Inhalation is stretching. Exhalation, right leg, the left, knee, chest. Inhalation up. Exhalation, downward facing dog. Breathing Ujjayi, shoulders away from your ears, controlling the alignment of the position. Looking up, big step with your left leg, then the right. Inhalation is stretching. Exhalation, releasing. Inhalation all the way up. Exhalation, center. Now in the next cycles, we're gonna speed it up a little bit, the movements. Be very kind, very gentle, doing the sequence of the movement on your own time if it's necessary. Inhalation, back bend. Exhalation. Inhalation, looking forward. Exhalation, right, left, knee, chest. Inhalation, Bhujangasana. Exhalation, downward facing dog. Looking up, big step with the right, then the left. Inhalation is stretching. Exhalation, releasing. Inhalation, all the way up, back bend. Exhalation, center. Inhalation. Exhalation. Inhalation, look forward. Exhalation, left leg, then your right, knee, chest. Inhalation up. Exhalation, downward facing dog. Looking up, big step with your left, then the right. Inhalation is stretching. Exhalation, releasing. Inhalation all the way up, back bend. And exhalation, center. Inhalation. exhalation. In, look forward. Out, right leg, left leg, knee, chest. Inhalation, Bhujangasana. Exhalation, downward facing dog. Looking up, right leg, big step. Then the left. Inhalation is stretching. Exhalation, releasing. Inhalation, all the way up, back bend. Exhalation, center. In. Out. In, look forward. Out. Left. Right. Knee. Chest. In. Bhujangasana. Out. Downward facing dog. Looking up. Left leg, big step. Then the right. Inhalation is stretching. Exhalation, releasing. Inhalation, all the way up. Exhalation, center. And here you release. Release your arms, kick it off a little bit. Already feeling your heart more working a little bit harder, and you can feel the heat of the whole movement reflecting into the body, the Surya, the sun within. And now you're gonna stay with your feet into a parallel position, distance of your hip. Inhalation, and you're gonna bend your knees. And exhalation, extension, hands on the side of the body. Inhalation, bend your knee, looking up. Hands come together, abdominals healing contraction. Exhalation, down. Inhalation, up. We are breathing natural breathing now. We let it go of Ujjayi. Smooth, no sound, no contraction. Inhalation, looking up, bend your knees. And now we're gonna hold the position, looking forward, the arms in extension, finger pointing in direction to the ceiling, and we hold. Abdominals in contraction, making sure that your abdominals are in your pelvis is in the neutral position. Stretching your arms in direction to the ceiling, abdominals in contraction. Stretching. Remember to hold the position as far as it's comfortable for you. If you're comfortable here with me, we stay just for more a few moments. And you're going to stretch. Inhalation. And exhalation. Releasing. You're going to start to rotate your shoulders in direction to the back. Alleviating any tension that may be still here in this area of the body. And now let's bring the arms into the motion. Front, rotating in direction to the back. Front and rotating in direction to the back. Abdominals in contraction, the pelvis is not moving. It's still neutral. Strong base, not moving forward or backward. It's really stable from the navel down, and the motion is really happening only in the upper body. Opening the chest, stretching that muscles of the chest. And release. Now you're going to take a big step in direction to the back. Both of your feet are in a parallel position. And you're going to stretch in direction to the ceiling. And exhalation, bend your knees in direction to your toes and release your arms. Inhalation, stretch in direction to the ceiling. Exhalation, one hand motion in direction to the ceiling and back to the center. Alternate with the other arm, stretch in direction to the ceiling, back to the center. Inhalation, both hands stretching. Exhalation, bend your knees in direction to your toes, releasing your arms. Inhalation, stretching direction to the ceiling, extension of your legs. Exhalation, drop one arm and the other is stretching direction to the ceiling. And then release. Inhalation, stretching direction to the ceiling. And exhalation, release. Let's do together this vinyasana one more time. Inhalation is stretching both arms. Exhalation, wave your arms down. Inhalation, stretch only one arm in direction to the ceiling. Exhalation, release the arm. Inhalation, the other arm. And exhalation, releasing. Now take a moment to look to your base, observing if the feet are in a parallel position and that your feet are in alignment. Both toes are in the same line. And you're gonna stretch now in direction to the ceiling. Inhalation here and exhalation, bend your knees in direction to your toes. You're gonna release the trunk in direction to the floor. Extension of your legs. Releasing the trunk in the front of the position, making sure that the feet are parallel and your weight are also in the front of your feet. Releasing the head in direction to the floor. We are doing an inversion here. Remember to be careful in the inversion. It's very easy to get dizzy and uncomfortable in this position because the new quantity of blood that is directed in direction to the brain. Then if you feel uncomfortable, please come to a sitting position. If you're comfortable, you're staying here. Now bend your knees gently in direction to your toes. With one hand on the center of the position, you stretch the other arm in direction to the ceiling. And then you will alternating the arms, opening your chest, stretching in direction to the ceiling. Your knees are bended in direction to your toes. And your base is not moving, just the upper body. Stretch and back. Inhalation, open. Exhalation, release. Inhalation, open. Exhalation, release. And you will alternate the arms and you will connect movement with breathing. really finding that inner and individual rhythm. Now doesn't matter the pace that I am doing the movement. What matters is you do the connection, your breathing, your movement. You're going to end your motion in your next exhalation. Make sure that your knees are open in direction to your toes, that you're not caving your knees inside of the position. Make this base very strong. Release your head, and now you are in a transition. You're going to move to the side, bringing one knee in direction to the floor, being this semi-kneeling position where one foot have 90-degree angle in this knee here in front of you, and the other one is simply kneeling on the floor. In this position, your hand come on the side of your foot that is in front of you, and you're gonna open in direction to the ceiling, and you're gonna hold here the position. If this position is too strong for you at this moment, you can drop your arm on the back of your body. But if you can, we're working with the arm in extension in direction to the ceiling, and you're looking in direction to the ceiling also. Inhalation, and you're gonna open a little bit your chest. And exhalation, bringing the hand back to the floor. Hand parallel to the hand, awareness of your transition here. You're gonna simply have enough support for you to change your base. You're gonna change the knee, bringing the other leg to the front. Now you bring your hand here on a parallel position, just on the side of the foot that is in front of you, and you're gonna twist, stretching that arm in direction to the ceiling, looking in direction to the ceiling. Remember that you can rest your arm in direction to the back if you need it. Just a variation of this position. But if you can, you are staying with the arm in extension. Releasing. Back to the floor. Again, transition. Both hands on the same side. Then you bring that knee to the floor. And now you're coming to the floor with our chest in direction to the mat. We're going to do Bhujangasana, which is that position that we done it a few times in Surya. But here in stillness, we're going to study a little bit more about the alignments. I'm going to start teaching you a variation of this position, which brings your elbows in direction to the floor. The elbows are in the same distance of your shoulders, hands on the floor. You can separate your legs slightly, giving a little bit more comfort in the lower back area. And here, what we are studying in this variation is the position of the shoulders. The shoulders, they need to be away from the ears. And the motion, there is a motion that you pull them in direction to the back, opening the chest and bringing the shoulder blades close together in direction to the back. From this variation, we will come to the full Bhujangasana. But if the full Bhujangasana is too much for you to work in stillness, you can use again this variation. Really concentrating that chest, really working with the upper part of your back. Release your glutes, the legs, really concentrating the whole energy of this position in the chest. Very beneficial position for the immune, very beneficial for the cardiovascular system, and very beneficial for the heart center. We're going to bring now the body in direction to the floor, bringing one hand on the top of the other. You're just going to rest our forehead and take a moment here. Just recovering the muscles for a moment. You can bounce a little bit from one side and the other. Sometimes helps to alleviate the muscle that you are working with. Or you can simply rest for here for a moment. Now you're coming to the full variation. You're going to bring back your legs into the parallel position. The feet are placing on the floor. And you're going to bring your hands to the side of your chest. And here, you're going to bring your trunk away from the floor without taking your pelvis from the floor. The pelvis is still on the floor. Automatically, what we want to do is to extend your elbows, but not. Your elbows are bended, which means all the effort of the position actually is happening on your arms. You tuck your elbows in, not open them on the side, tuck them in, and release your shoulders completely, making that motion that opens the chest. Release your glutes, look in direction to the horizon, and we're going to hold this position just for a few moments. But remember, if it's too much for you, come to the rest position. Release the shoulders, open your chest. You're going to rest, bringing the chest in direction to the floor, but not collapsing your body, really controlling this descending. Now you will compensate the position, separating your legs slightly, and you're going to bring your pelvis in between your heels. And here you have variations. It's important that you're comfortable here. You can close one hand on the top of the other and rest your forehead here. If you are comfortable bringing your forehead to the floor, that's what you do. The arms come on the side of the position, and we're going to stay here for a few moments. Now, very gently, remember to keep that presence. Remember to keep this inner pace that you are working with. Not let the automatic motion just to set in. You are in awareness, you are in presence, you are in yoga. Then, with that state of mind, you will move from this position that you are to the position of relaxation. I'm not going to go to the position of relaxation because I need to be in a sitting position to be able to guide you throughout this experience. But you go to the laying down position. Your position now is Shavasana. Remember to have enough clothes on you or to grab a blanket. Your temperature, it will fall because you are going to be in a laying down position without movement. Then make sure that you have everything that you need. Don't worry about time. Now, in this new setting that you don't have people even around you, it's even easier for you to respect your pace. I'm going to be here. Take your time. Really making sure that this moment, this journey that you're entering is going to be amazing. It's going to be enjoyable. It's going to be an inspiration for your whole day. Then you come into a laying down position with the back in direction to your mat. Your legs, they will be in an extension position. Your arms are along the body, not in a cross position, slightly more in direction to the body, but with your palms in direction to the ceiling. The chin is slightly in direction to the chest. The eyes closing. And let's take a deep breath. One more. And the exhalation, you release the whole body. Feet, legs, trunk, shoulders, chest, arms and hands, head. Deep inhalation. And in the exhalation, deep relaxation. Deep inhalation. And now release the air through your mouth. Allow the sound to happen. Inhalation. And in the exhalation, the body rests, release, surrendering all the tension. Surrendering all the obstacles. Surrendering all the pain, all the suffering. Surrendering what you know and what you don't know. Surrendering every single aspect of the mind. surrendering the breathing. Follow the sound. Waters running down the mountain, river flowing between the trees, eagle flying, sun shining, you is smiling, heartbeat, that is what you mean to be. That is our destiny. Waters running down the mountain, river flowing between the trees, eagle flying, sun shining, you is smiling, the heartbeat, that is what we mean to be. That is our destiny. And your awareness is within the vibration, within the connection. one. And then you start to perceive the body, the sacred temple that holds your consciousness. And with kindness, with gentleness, with respect, you bring the movement, the head, the toes and the fingers. Stretching, bouncing, recognizing a movement that the body is asking. And we start gently to roll in direction to the side and gently come to the sitting position for together to close the circle. Reminding that here, in this closure, that is the seed for a new beginning. That is your day. And once you are in a sitting position, we bring our hands in direction to the heart, acknowledging, yes, yes, there is no doubt. And I invite you to chant with me the mantra Om 3 times. And maybe the vibration of the sound stay with you, reminding of this state, of this possibility. And also that may everyone that cross your way also remember this other possibility, this other perspective, more kind, more generous. Inhalation. Gratitude to you that have been with me here in this journey. I had such an amazing time. I hope that you also had amazing time and that you're going to have amazing day. I'm looking forward the next time that you are together. Namaste, namaste, Suzanne. Namaste, Elizabeth. Miss you both. Namaste, Ross. Namaste, namaste. And so good to see you all. I hope that you have a beautiful day.